All right, guys, so this is a student example of the debate organizer that you're going to be using to prep for our debate on World War II. So hopefully this style of outline looks familiar to you. It's very, very similar to what we've used for the 9/11 project and for the Great Depression essay. So the first thing that you will be asked to do is a central question. Are there actions in war that should be forbidden? In a world war, should a country do anything necessary to win the war? Just giving us a couple sentence answer, like you can see that the student did here, explaining kind of how you feel about those central questions. Next thing you're going to work on is your claim and position. This is not only the side that you're on for the argument for the debate, but also the specific argument that you and your partner were assigned by your group. So we had those preset arguments. You and your partner should have been assigned one. That's also going to go in here. So if you look here on the student example, they say which side they're on, that President Roosevelt violated the Fifth Amendment by interning the Japanese. And then they also start going into their argument that the US government interned more Japanese Americans than other races due to racism. After you've done that, you have your argument that your group assigned or that you picked from your group. That's kind of your big argument. What you need to do next is come up with 3 main points about your argument, and then evidence to support those 3 main points. So reason number 1, why should the judge agree with your argument? The student example here is that the large majority of American citizens that were interned during the war were Japanese. Then as we scroll down a little bit, you'll notice that they have evidence that you need 2 pieces of evidence, remember, with an explanation about why the judge should believe your side, your main reasons in your argument. So they have evidence here where they're talking about how many Italians were interned, and that none were enemy aliens, all were American citizens. And then they give you their source here. And then the second piece of evidence where you see the same thing with numbers about the Japanese American citizens and their source there. After you've found your evidence for your first main point, you're going to explain how that main point supports the argument that you were assigned by your group in your own words. Couple of sentences, kind of wrapping up what that evidence is saying and what that reason is saying and how it ties back to that main argument. Very last thing you need to do for each reason or main point is tell us whether or not it fits ethos, pathos, or logos, and tell us why. You should be familiar with these concepts from your English class, but I do have some reminders here for you of what they all consist of, and then you're just giving us another couple of sentences about what it fits and why. And that's the process for a main point. You have to have 3 main points total, so you're going to be going through that same process 3 more times. But look at the student example if you want to see how your information can be placed into the organizer.